I'm so excited in the most terrified way.
As you should be. A brief chime alerts Dr. Tochi to an incoming message. Good evening, Doctor. A critical care patient approaches. Moving away from their desk, she heads into the medical bay. A list of patients flickers to life on the wall just inside. Triage patients all waiting for care before she sees the name of the new arrival. Frustration builds plainly, even as they try to find center and calm themselves down. Triggered because this asshole, this client, this patient who needs care, has requisitioned all of the supplies needed to care for others. With a deep breath and a centering motion, they flag him as received in unit and mark his condition down from critical to triaged and able to wait for care. Plenty of people here that need care, and now he can't get in the way. Welcome back to Delta Shift. Hello, everyone. Yes, we're going to do a quick round table. I am Matt, he, him. I am your storyteller for this evening. Welcome back for another episode of Delta Shift. We are running in a custom system called Duality, which is a 2d6 fail-forward genre-crossing system that I have designed. Yes, that is the OG book. It is on Kickstarter right now, and we are just across $2,500, aiming for $3,500, and just shy of 80%, which is where I can start talking about stretch goals, and I can kind of let loose. So the sooner we get there, the more you get to hear from me. And we will throw to Cassie.
Hi, I'm Cassie. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Dr. Tochi, whose pronouns are she,
Recording
they.
in progress.
And, it's a good day sometimes when people get what they deserve. The care they deserve. I'll go ahead and pass it down to David.
Hi, I'm David, one half of Cataclysm. I am playing Isaiah Fairbanks, the ship's head of maintenance, and I will pass it to Kay.
Hello, all. I am Kay, she, they, and I'm going to be playing Sheldon O'Hara, Hara for short. They, he, security officer, and just charming person all around. Sending it to you, Brian.
Hi, I'm Brian, aka Urban Bohemian. My pronouns are he, they. I am playing Buddy Nima, your first mate. Buddy's pronouns are they, them. And Buddy is just super pumped to be wherever we are, so long as we are carrying out the orders of our mission directives.
Yes. And on mission, last we left the party, Buddy, Isaiah, and Hera had found their way onto the CSC Loss. Only discovered through the use of a horrible and aged internet symbol that we are all well aware of. But Dr. Tochi was not in their office. So as the rift arrived, you see Jacob begin to panic a little bit, seeing this purple edge shear through your office in a diagonal pattern as the door slams shut in preparation for holding anything that may arrive. What do we...
Sit down and wait. We've cleared the patients. Stay where you are.
And immediately just... Yes. Okay.
Good boy. Dr. Tochi is going to go over to their desk and is going to pull out some supplies. There is a mobile portal, to a mobile tech portal that fits along their arm. They're going to go ahead and pull it out, affix it, start to boot it up. as well as an attachable, just a small med kit that can clip into their belt, and make sure that things in the space are as they should be. After all, everyone and their dog is going to come into this space, and the last thing Dr. Tochi needs is for the busybodies of the ship, especially Buddy, to find some fault with the way they're keeping their medbay. It is, after all, their medbay.
And you can hear the sound of people moving about, and the ship alert finally does trigger, saying, Rift arrival. Location in Medbay.
Dr. Tochi smiles and waits for the rift to open and just looks over, barely looking just with their eyes, really. When the rift opens, you're going to follow me in. Understood?
Yes.
Good.
Do we need anything?
I have everything that we'll need.
Okay.
Are you missing something?
I don't have any weapons or anything, but
Okay. Then we have everything we need.
okay. And
Do you have any special abilities or anything like that?
Oh, I mean, yes, I do have this one. It's a little odd, but I don't know if it'll be helpful.
Out with it.
Well, I can't really show you, but I can touch electronics.
You can tell me.
Yes. And I can touch electronics and link them through me to other items.
Nice. Useful. Good. I'll let you know if and when that becomes necessary. Otherwise, do not touch my electronics.
Understood.
Good.
And you can see this purple shimmer spread as your beautiful white, almost marble floor splits to be this rough and rusted diamond plate, leading you to the opening door of a ship.
I go up to the door. Is it ajar or is it locked?
It's open.
Okay. Carefully, I go in. I pull up my technology. Is this still qualifying as being in the Echo?
Yes, so you are still connected to the Echo, and one of the bonuses, all of you have the ability to shift, which means at any point you can move back and forth between the ships without having to come back to this portal.
Okay. This new ship, I would like to dual sync. So I'd like to maintain my access to the Echo, and I would also like to upgrade my access to Echo to my full capabilities so that I can see video and maintain awareness of Echo crew and movements. But this new ship, I'd like to know what it is, and I'd like it on my gear.
Okay. It does take a moment, and you hear your datapad doing various connections before you hear, "Greetings, Dr. Tochi. Officer access granted."
Perfect.
And you can see a small sigil in the top that shows a secondary connection to the CSC loss.
Interesting. Given that we're going into an unknown ship, first thing I would like to check is security issues. I don't want surprises.
That's fair. checking through the logs, you don't see any mention of security features. Most of what is registering for this ship shows that it is kind of a defunct cruise ship. You can see where it should have 15 levels of access, but you see most of them are blotted out as though you can't actually get to them after a recent upgrade.
Okay. I see. I don't look back and I simply say to Jacob, stay close, stay aware. We are going to have to go in without knowing what we're going into.
Understood. I'm ready.
I'm going to start moving forward.
Okay. You head into this small, kind of dimly lit hall. You can see the ship is in an excessive state of disrepair. You would almost swear that from a bunch of the broken parts laying around, Isaiah has already been in here playing with things.
Okay. Intriguing. I'm gonna check the Echo's cameras. Do I see, is there some time, if I check the Echo's cameras, the time I walked in versus what's happening in the ship, do I see Isaiah?
You can see Isaiah, Buddy, and Hera talking just outside of Isaiah's maintenance door.
Right. Okay. Good to know. I'm gonna go back to the loss. I'd like to find a path forward and see if there are any people, any parallels, anything like that. And I'd like to figure out if there's a terminal in here I can find.
So there is a terminal
So that's
just inside the door, and your data pad quickly updates,
Life form detected.
repeating over and over as it registers 37 different life forms.
but do I see any?
You don't see any.
What?
It is just detecting them on the ship.
Oh, on the ship.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. If it's detecting them on the ship, I don't see anyone yet. I'd like to, if it's detecting them, that means I should be able to find where they are on the ship. I'd like to go wherever is lightly populated. I don't know what the life forms are, so wherever there's maybe like a few
Okay.
life forms detected, I'd like to head that direction carefully.
Okay. So looking ahead at the hall, you see a path to the right that has the larger clump of life forms and can see these red lasers covering the hall. And down to the left, you see about 5 to 7. It's hard as their signatures kind of bubble together on your map. But it's definitely the smaller cluster of the two.
Okay. The smaller cluster is which direction? Through the lasers or through
To the left, not through the lasers.
the left? I will go to the left then.
Okay. And as you head down the hall, you hear Jacob just, should we be worried about that? And
What?
gesturing to the lasers, like, is this a problem?
Why would it be a problem? We're not going that direction. And if we were, we could navigate them. Or you did just tell me you could work with electronics. You could just shut them down.
Right, yes.
But given that there are life forms that direction, I in fact would like them to stay up for now because I don't want anyone coming and attacking me from behind.
Okay, yes, okay, I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
I felt I made a mistake, but apparently that's not true.
Right. Dr. Toshi continues forward.
Okay. So you can head down the hall for quite a while. It does run the outer hull of the ship, and it takes probably a 5-minute walk before you hit any kind of doorway.
Okay, and I've not seen any life forms.
Not yet. You can still see them ahead on your map.
All right.
You have kind of an overview of the ship that shows that you are on the first non-civilian access deck, and the civilian access deck 1 is beneath you.
Okay. Is this door secured in any way, or can I simply open it and go through?
Does not appear to be secured in any way.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going.
Okay. As the door shuts behind you, Buddy, Hera, and Isaiah enter into the rift. One of the benefits of being connected to the shift is that all of you can, at any point of your choosing, communicate with each other regardless of where you are. It does not matter which world you're in. You also are under no requirement to acknowledge or respond. So a brief reminder from what happened at the end of the episode. Isaiah found access to the CSC loss and disabled the security system after accidentally wandering through it. And this is where I will do our lovely content warning reminder. Delta Shift is a space horror adventure with a focus. We are currently in the horror world. Because of that, I want to make sure that everybody is comfortable. If at any point you are uncomfortable, please head out. We do have a content warning clear message that does come up if you want to leave us muted and in another tab. We appreciate you being here, but your safety comes first. So, dual parties aboard the CSC loss. How we doing? Buddy's ready.
Every day is a new adventure, and we're here to explore, so I'm just peachy. I hope everyone else is.
Ara looks like they're waiting to be jumped at any moment.
Isaiah is still
Phrasing.
on the floor on his back with a data pad in his face.
Phrasing.
Okay. You can see the variety of options for the security system. And again, you have disabled all 5 different options. They are under shitty, not pre-programmed names, but we love to see it. And Dr. Tochi, you see Jacob kind of looking around, nervous. At every squeak and sound, like even the door hinge squeaking open is making them like, is it going to be okay?
It's going to be fine. You should take a deep breath. Calm down.
Okay. And they wander a little free. Okay, so I think and I think I hear a little, and as Jacob is pointing that they hear something up ahead, you can see 3 bubbles on the map moving towards you.
Okay. How fast are they moving towards me?
Steady, like normal walking pace. They don't seem to be alert for anything.
Okay. All right. We should take a little cover just to see what we're handling. Specifically, you should take some cover, perhaps back here. so that you remain safe. After all, as an aspirant, you are not staff, and therefore your safety requires you to be a little further back. Understood?
Yeah, yeah. And
Wonderful.
starts to wander back behind you. Isaiah.
I
Ooh, sorry. What are you doing on that data pad?
So I've disabled all of the impromptu, hastily programmed security functions. And I swipe a couple of things, and then I press the button that brings up messages, and
Okay.
then turn my head away and hand it to Hera, still on my back, and say, I think your ex messaged you.
I think your ex messaged you.
Wow. Muted. Okay, you're
muted.
muted in Zoom.
Everyone's muted.
Always, always. Look, neighbors' kids were doing their thing. Like, takes it and is like, X, what are you talking? I don't. And I assume I see like more of the same.
You see a number of messages. So far, you have received 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 messages.
I'm reading these is weirdly disturbing. Don't like it. But none of them are. These read like journal entries, but they're being sent to me like messages with no. Is it signed? Is there a
There's no
identifier?
marker.
What?
Each does have the international date time showing when it was written, approximately 15 years ago. You have read the first 3. Are there
Mhm.
any of the remainder that you would like?
I think there's a quick glance over just the previews.
Okay. The last message catches your eye because even in the preview, the letters change. It swaps from normal alphanumeric characters to binary to symbols that look kind of like wingdings as it rotates through, attempting to establish what the message is with a kind of failed encryption.
I'm going to very quickly tap that one, download it, like make sure it's double backed up somewhere.
Okay. As you download it, you see the full message flash across the screen. You have stolen from me, and I will find you.
So you're going to have to look at my data pad when this is done. There's something weird.
Everything okay, Hara?
Something's glitching out. It already took over. The ship took over my data pad, and now someone's.
Isaiah, can you confirm that it's still receiving an additional connection, an additional private connection? I think it is.
So, still on the floor, reaches up for the data pad.
Are you going to get up? Like, it's going to take the hand as it's reached up for the data pad. Just get off your arse right now.
Gets up, brushes himself off, grab data pad, flips through,
You can
and
see
says,
that.
"Yeah, it is connected to the loss." Um, and then immediate, like 60-second long rant about how cool the ancient operating systems are, and how back in the day I used to play pinball on one of the updated versions of it, and there's like an ancient card game that used to come bundled with, but it doesn't come bundled with anymore.
Oh, yes. I am very familiar with that. I believe it was called Free Cell.
And
But
then
you
very
do
much
say
just like a like a yes.
Are
You
you
do
two
say
just going to sit
ancient.
here having
Can
tea,
you
or are we going to go deal with this rift?
can you determine how ancient? How long are we thinking that this ship is at least the operating system we have connected to? How long ago are we thinking this was?
Um, would I know the age of the operating system off the top of my head?
You know that the last time this operating system was in service was 6 generations ago, which puts this spaceship at around 700-ish years older than the Echo.
Hmm. Well, before my time, absolutely. A little before my time. Actually, a lot of bit before my time. Before free cell. Maybe after free cell. But about 600 years.
While this is still being done, Hara is going to just start poking around to try and see if they can pull up on any information about the ship, the Lost. What was this?
Okay.
What history is it?
Go ahead and make an infiltration check. Oh, are you trying to search on the Loss OS or the Echo's OS? Because that will change this.
I think it would start on the Echo.
Okay, go ahead and make a
I'm sorry,
Chronicles check then.
Okay. I have nothing. It's a 5.
Okay. So a 5 is a minor complication.
Mm-hmm.
So you do find data about the loss and see a news story from probably about 6 years ago of somebody stealing a cruise ship. And in the process of that theft, they crashed it and ran away with the bridge and the attached 3 floors that they saved, leaving the rest of the CSC loss in a wreckage, like destroying this small facility.
All right, so I've done a bit of poking about. This is a stolen ship. It was stolen and taken off, and also shoves it back in Isaiah's person. There's something about mines on this. You might sweeping for mines. I don't know. It seems dangerous. Thank you, Stephen.
Isaiah, right as you get the data pad from Hera, you see another message pop up. IDT 10.03. Let it be very clear that I tried to be reasonable, and those who would enable have instead denied. What follows is their doing.
So I would turn it back around and say, you sure you don't want to, you know what, next time we drink, you should tell me about what went wrong here. Because
You know how
obviously
to make
they're
those
upset.
stop. Look at the dates. Those are eons ago. Why are they popping up now? Bloody thing's broken.
Turns it back around. Now, so I want to determine if those messages are coming from the Lost or from somewhere else. Can I do that with the pad?
Yeah. So going through and looking at the files in the pad, you can see it's updating not through the loss itself, but from a private server.
Now, I understand that IPs and MAC addresses don't necessarily reveal the physical location of things, but this is also the future.
It is the future.
So is there a way for me to determine the physical location of where that private server?
You can see it is an approximation of what you know as the Valdaris star system, which is where the CSC Echo exists. It is an alternate world. This is linked inextricably to the horror side of this adventure, to a small corporate run facility.
So I've got Hera's datapad stacked on top of mine, and I want to slip into the horror world
Oh, you're
and then
there.
pull them apart.
Right
Oh.
there.
Then I want to see if there is a difference in what I can access in the horror world versus the space world.
Okay. So kind of riding the line between being on the Echo and being on the Loss at the same time, you see the data pad for the Loss start to spin and speed up as it gains its connection better from the Echo, and can see it almost updating in real time as the UI, the user interface for the Loss's datapad, catches up with the Echo.
Oh no.
And Dr. Tochi,
Yes.
you have about 30 seconds before these three life forms approach your location.
I'd like to be a little bit. So I've positioned myself a little bit further away from where Jacob is, but
Okay.
where I am somewhat hidden from view, at least at first. And if possible, I'd like to get like eyes on them first, and I'd like to both see them and I would like to see their energy patterns.
Okay. As they make their way around the small hallway here, kind of heading towards the doorway, you see them. Their energy patterns are mostly jovial. They're telling jokes back and forth. Not terribly disturbed.
Mhm.
Until you realize that all of their energy patterns are identical.
Okay. And do they look identical as people?
Yeah, as you swap to observing the person in front of you, they are identical down to the wrinkle.
So it's three people talking to each other, which is
Each other,
themselves.
which is themselves.
Okay. Noted. Going to make a few notes. This is very clearly an anomaly, so that's noted. And if they seem jovial and they seem like they're not particularly a risk, I'm going to gently make myself known with a kind of shifting into like a similar mood as they seem to have.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Wait.
Hey. How's everyone doing today?
Good, good. You know, we're just going to get some food. Kind of ran out back there.
I see. I'm new here.
Oh, wait. Hey, wait, aren't we like in space? I don't know.
We are
It's
in
been like
space.
days. Who knows? And they kind of bicker back and forth. At times, each saying parts of each other's sentences as they bicker. How did you get on board if we're... And you start
Space
to
is
see...
a wondrous thing.
Yeah, you start to see threads of concern spin through their good mood.
Well, I mean, obviously, like, I'm new to the job. We all got on the ship and everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be here without getting on the ship, I guess. Like that's...
Exactly. So not new as in just got here in the middle of space. That'd be insane.
Yeah, that'd be...
We're silly.
Yeah, that'd be a problem. Can you imagine though? Just going through and like teleporting through space? That's some superhero shit.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool, but yeah, no, you're silly. Uh, I feel a little silly. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm new, I kind of got lost and I was really, I'm so embarrassed.
Oh, don't be. It happens to all of us. This is a weird... You can't really get everywhere. And like some of the stairs only go down one floor and then you got to go to another stairway to go up. It's
Right?
ridiculous.
And my maps are malfunctioning and I just, if you could just not tell anybody about this and if you could just point me back towards the staff stairs because I'm so lost.
Yeah. So you're gonna want to go, and they'll like go over and show you on the data pad, like kind of back down the hall you came. There's a little panel, and they're like, just remember you got to like push in the panel. It doesn't stand out. It used to be a cruise ship, so they're trying to hide it from the passengers.
Right? It's I mean, I understand and the ship's gorgeous and everything, but the hidden panels, they really throw me for a loop sometimes. But you're so helpful. Thank you. I didn't mean to interrupt you. It sounded like y'all were having such a fun conversation.
Yeah. You know, everybody's got the best jokes. Sometimes the best person you can spend time with is yourself, and really, it's just wonderful.
I like my time with myself too, but I don't want to get in trouble, so I really do have to get back to work, but thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we'll see you in the mess hall at some point.
Absolutely. I'll have to come for some food.
Okay. And they start walking past you towards Jacob.
I'm gonna hope he hid the way he was supposed to hide. I'd like to open the panel while I wait for them to get far enough away.
Okay. Oh, so I mean, you'd have to walk with them to get to the panel.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll follow them. If they're showing me where I asked to go, I'll follow them and I'll just kind of laugh along when they tell a joke and everything. Yeah.
Can you make a generic check for me? So that is just roll 2d6, no additions, no nothing. And we're going to see how your roll compares to my roll for Jacob being a good boy.
Okay. All right. Mine's real like mid. It's a 7.
I rolled a 3, so you see Jacob like look out and look at you moving with these people and is like nervous and kind of ready to go, and then sees both your calmness and your face settle into I fucking told you to do something, and just sits back inside the door just in time for them to look further down the hallway and pass where he's hiding.
Okay. Okay. Do we get to the panel?
Yeah. It doesn't take
Perfect.
too much longer. It's about a minute, and they pop open the panel for you, and like, yeah, so this is the staff stairs. So just remember, you got to go down these stairs, across the hall, up the stairs, and then go left, and then you got to go down both stairs to get to the staff area.
Yep. I remember now. I passed it. Of course I passed it. Man.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
so silly.
my first week, I had to just keep slapping the wall until I figured out where it was. You'd think somebody would mark it or something.
Yeah, so even just a little small something, just a glint of a silver ring or something, you'd think. But
Yeah, actually,
all right.
you know what? And he'll pull out like this chalk and just draw an X on the wall.
Perfect. You have such great ideas. Oh my God.
Oh my God, thank you. You do too. All right, go do work,
you.
and we'll catch up over food, and it's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely. Oh, you've been so helpful. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah. And
I'm
you
going to
see
hug them. Do I pass through them?
all three of them into one person to hug you,
Okay.
and then split back apart to go on their way.
Okay, but they're solid people when I hug them?
It is a solid person when you hug them.
Noted. Notes updated in my report. Okay. I'm going to let them mosey their joyful ways down the hallway
Okay.
before I have Jacob join me.
Okay. And Buddy, as someone used to listening for the sounds of the crew, you hear the approaching laughter of three voices.
That's oddly jovial. Not for nothing. This place doesn't really seem to spark joy.
What are you talking about?
Do you not hear that? I know Hara, so Buddy does the worst thing, but with a smile, and gives you the wait a minute finger.
And then
slips down. Yeah, like slips down his like his interface, which is more kind of a glasses thing, and requests that we're still connected to the Echo computer. Requests that the Echo computer scan the region we are in for CSC Echo personnel versus the life forms that were previously reported by the computer before we came in.
Okay.
Just to, and it's not like it's more just like I want like a blip number kind of thing. Not a map.
And you see 2 personnel detected. And it does flag Dr. Tochi and Aspirant Jacob down the hall.
Odd, Aspirant Jacob shouldn't be considered a crew member, but that's okay. Sure. So
There's an aspirant here.
that doesn't sound like them, but also Hara, if I may, I don't wish to be too forward, and I do not wish to overstep on personal boundaries. Your story is your own, obviously, and I respect that as your first mate, your commander, and your crewmate. However, I could not help but notice on those odd data messages, the dates, they do seem to correspond with ACT records about the time that you, well, in the months after your surgery for your incident.
One of many. Are we going to talk about this now if you're saying there's people coming?
Well, they sound like they're having a good time, so I think that we should, put on a good face.
We're on a stolen ship in a rift. And there's life forms coming.
Yes, but they don't sound hostile.
Well, the two of you just stay behind me.
And
Wait,
you finally hear the laughter.
So, and not even caring that people are approaching, I go, wait, you had major surgery and a messy breakup at the same time? I'm just now hearing about this?
Lower your buddy voice.
Wait, buddy knew? Buddy knew, but you...
Hara is just going to ignore these two and just stand the direction the laughter's coming from, just in that kind of like, you know, professional, look like you're supposed to be here.
Okay. And you see 3 figures approach, all laughing and joking back and forth. Oh man, I can't believe I'm glad we could help somebody, but I feel like it's weird people are getting lost on the ship this much. We haven't picked anybody up in like 2 years. It's been a minute.
Their eyes flick over to Buddy and then back. I'm just gonna keep waiting. Don't want to frighten anyone. Parade rest.
And they all
Bright smile.
You see them all kind of like looking back and forth to each other. That reminds you of Isaiah face down in the data pad walking through the fucking turret laser before they stop when they see your feet and are just, fuck, there's more of us, you.
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. It's been a bit since we've seen anyone on the ship. It's not that big, and yet somehow we keep missing each other.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, I haven't seen you before.
When's the last time you went to check in?
At this point, Hara, who is not a good liar, realizes they are out of their depth and just turn to look at Buddy.
Hi, I guess we're all feeling a little bit out of sorts today. But you all seem to be having such a good time, and honestly, your mood is so infectious. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Well, we're having a bit of an interesting morning. But we are just kind of familiarizing ourselves with things, which feels odd because it feels like we've been in a place like this before, and yet it just seems so hard to find our way around.
Hara's reaching over, putting their hand in front of Isaiah, pulling the data pad back and trying to covertly run scans.
And you see all of them turn and look, and they're like, all right. Did we fuck up? Were we not supposed to let them go? Like, what? Are we going to get in trouble? You just hear, shut it. Fix the problem. And one of them swings at Hera.
Great. Let's bloody go.
So, if everybody could go ahead and roll initiative for me. So, for initiative, roll 2d6, and then you can add or subtract up to your combat bonus. In Duality.
Everyone including me?
Correct.
Okay.
And I will roll for Jacob. And in Duality, initiative not only determines where you go in combat, it also affects which world you start combat in. Now, shifting is 1 exertion to be able to move back. So it's not a problem to come back. All right. Cassie has a 5. Okay.
8.
Brian's a 4.
Since we're adding or subtracting our combat bonus, is a higher number or a lower number better?
Let me reference the chart. I've run this game before, and this is the one thing that always gets me.
Let's not act like I don't
Oh yeah, I
immediately
guess
look
that's the
up
thing. Is like, yeah,
spells
should
for
should
D
we
and
have
D.
conferred? Should we have conferred on our roles? Interesting.
Okay.
Oh.
So 5 or less is the world you are currently occupying. 6 to 9 is the alternate world, and 10 or above is player choice.
Okay, so that is
Okay.
then. Where was it? That means I'd be 4 because I want to be in the world I'm currently in.
Okay.
Uh,
When we switch worlds, does our skills switch too?
Nope.
Okay.
It just moves you back and forth. It will put you in an approximate location aboard the Echo.
Okay. Heard.
I have 11 on the die plus 1, and I want to be
Nice.
in the world where Hera and Buddy are.
Okay. So, Isaiah, you go first, and you can see this weird creature who is in combat and melding and unmelding from 1 to 3 forms as they swing on Hera.
How far away am I?
Within reach.
Okay. I want to punch the middle one.
Okay. So go ahead, roll 2d6, add your combat bonus.
Okay, and that is 6.
6. Okay. 6 is a minor complication. So you see as you go and swing and connect on this creature's jaw and see their face stay still as the creature to the left has their jaw break and they fall to the floor. You have taken down one of the attackers. You have 2 more exertions.
Well, I believe in equal rights and equal lefts, so I'm swinging with my other hand.
All right. Go ahead and make another combat roll.
That is 7 plus 1. That is 8.
Nice. 8 is a success. And you see as they're like looking and like, oh wait, wait, he just thump, down to the floor, and all of them meld into one, showing all of the wounds, broken jaw, a clapped ear, just laying on the ground.
And you said I have 1 more exertion?
You do, but that is the end of combat.
Because I was going to hit him again.
Dr. Tochi is flagging this violent behavior from Isaiah.
Oh, the
And I say
reports are
to
already getting written
Hera,
up.
I bet you didn't think I was paying attention during those lessons.
Hara just immediately like leaps on the guy, knee on the chest, forearm across the throat, weapon in hand. Just right. We didn't have to do that, but you did start this.
What?
What's the problem you're trying to fix?
You.
Okay,
Why are we a
hold on.
problem?
How do we commute? You said we can communicate, right? At any time?
Yes,
With
you can communicate at any time with each other.
Okay, how does that work? Is that like through comms or is that mental? How does that?
Mental connection.
Okay, so y'all are gonna hear in your minds, you're gonna hear Dr. Tochi. Perhaps you should decrease your aggression levels.
Maybe that's good for you, but I have a bad habit. When someone tries to kill me, I try to kill him back.
They were non-combatants when I interacted with them. Your aggression seems to have
It was not my
triggered
bloody
them.
aggression. What are you doing here? And they just start interrogating the guy. And is answering mentally, but also out loud.
Also noting Hera's violent behavior.
It was simply a failure on our part to communicate properly with the residents of this ship. Considering that they did leave with aggression, I don't think there'll be a need for too many reports.
And as they kind of stutter under Hera, they're like, I think it's time for an ad break. So we will be back here in just about 3 minutes. As always, ads don't do anything for us, but they do allow folks to join us ad-free, and we swap over to our Be Right Back screen to make sure that you don't miss out on any of the fun. So we will see you back here shortly. All right, and welcome back. Pinned under Hera, this figure, you feel them start to squirm as like their body is attempting to
stay.
separate.
Stay in
Hey,
one.
what? Hey, just
Hey, look. You started it. I don't want any more violence. What the hell is going on here?
what?
Who are you?
You're
What's
not
your name?
supposed to be here.
Well, you're not supposed to be here either. What's your name?
I live here.
Did you steal the ship?
No.
Hara, that you're asking too many questions and not really waiting for coherent answers. Maybe slow
Well, they're
down
not given
a little
coherent
bit.
answers.
You're
Hara's gonna
like, we've
step back
been over
and
this.
just look at him. Look at this guy. If you split into any more than just one, I'm not going to be nice. Stay as one, and we're fine. Okay?
I
Here, we'll step back.
Yeah, how do they respond? How do they respond to that?
They
Or
don't
how
commit.
does
No, Hara will get off them,
It's not
offer a
very
hand
method
up.
of them.
And they kind of slap Hara's hand out of the way as they stand up. Like, listen, and they finally take in the group after being like, we fucked up and shouldn't have let all these people in, and look at Hara like, you know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I have seen your face around here before.
Sure you have. I'm sure this was just a big misunderstanding. My friend here, nice swing, by the way. Friend here just reacted badly, which I appreciate as a person, but doesn't have to be any problems now, does it?
No, I. And you see this background math happening in their brain. There's no problems. We're just on our way to get some food.
Hey, of course.
You get
Grub is
angry
important.
when you're hungry.
It's the worst.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
So you head that way. We'll head this way. No problems, eh?
At this point, Hara, you can't just let them go.
There's no reply because it's just like,
Dr. Tochi, I'm going to assume that your interactions with this or them, I'm not
Oh,
sure
that
how
was
to
that
really
one was only
respond.
to Hera.
Oh, okay. I'm still gonna contact Dr. Tochi. I'm gonna assume your interaction with this group or individual or was a lot more favorable than ours, correct?
Vastly different. We ended with a hug and they showed me the secret stairs.
Did they happen by any chance to give their name or their position or the name of the ship?
That was not particularly relevant.
Understood. Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you
Well-
like me to have handled the situation differently? First meet.
No, honestly, I kind of
Customer
wish it had gone
service
a little bit
attorney.
differently here.
Would you like me to come to your location? I can help.
I do see that you are on ship as well as sorry, my scan is also showing that aspirant Jacob is with you.
That is correct.
Are
The
they safe?
rift. Oh, they are indeed safe. I am keeping them at appropriate distances as needed, but also keeping an eye on them as aspirant safety is indeed one of our missions. And because of the rift's location, it was not possible to keep them out of the rift. Thus, I am doing my
Fantastic.
duties as best I can per our regulations and responsibilities.
Well, I believe at this point, while we deal with this again, I'm not sure if individual and or group is appropriate. If you could perhaps scan and find your way to our location, that way we could all meet up and compare notes.
I will do that immediately, buddy. Thank you for the new directive. I will see you soon.
Excellent. This is happening while Hara has had Hara's had like the back and forth with Tochi. I've had my extended back and forth with Tochi through a very strained smile. Hara, are you still like, did the person get up? Did we allow them up? Are they
Yeah,
good?
Yeah.
they came up.
They're standing
Okay.
and yeah, we're gonna go get food. Excuse us.
Yep.
And splits apart and begins walking away.
I said stay as one.
I can't move as well like that.
Just before you go, there's one thing I'd love to ask.
Yeah.
What was so funny?
Oh, inside joke. You know, it's hard when you ever have a really good conversation with yourself, really get in deep, and you start to pick up the conversation flow as each mouth says one word of the sentence, building it out. But the tone and the volume stays consistent throughout, as if one person was speaking. Sometimes when you have a problem, you just got to consult an expert, and who's a better expert on me than me?
Excellent. Well, you know, we're you know, we're all here on the same CSC craft. So I heard food, and you know, maybe satisfying the hangry is something that we'll handle later. But thanks so much. And I'm sorry that we seem to get off on the wrong foot. The last thing I would want to do is cause any hardworking member of this ship a problem.
Understood. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. And you see them kind of group back together and try to listen to what Hara tells them as they walk off. Like their elbows and knees stop working as they kind of like toddle down the hallway.
Hara waits for them to have full back to them, pulls out that little sphere from before, chucks it like a Pokeball into the middle of his back. Is going to use the containment spear.
Okay. You have contained this figure.
One moment. I'm just going to walk over, put hands on it, shift back to the Echo with
Okay.
the sphere, and then tap a little comm. Can someone come take care of these? Splits into 3. Might need interrogation, might just need containment. And then
Are we going to need 1 cell or 3? What are we going to need for that? Do we have capabilities security-wise is that? Buddy is now doing math in their head.
And
Yes.
the math. Yeah.
The Echo, Dr. Tochi appears behind you and Jacob is behind them. She says, yes, in fact, the Echo has amazing security capabilities and multiple options for where to keep them. And if they are injured, we have more secure options in the wellness center.
Buddy, you have a brief moment of concern that Dr. Tochi has all of this information. Their primary focus is the medical bay, so knowledge of the ship's security containment is outside of their job description and should be outside of their access.
Unspoken, unbidden, like Buddy's face is still that very weird mask of a smile of a face that you want to punch. But Buddy is issuing commands to his heads up display to review the file on Dr. Tochi and Dr. Tochi's access.
Okay. As you wait for those to come in, the party is together. Congratulations. You have secured a creature in some manner, and you see Jacob kind of poking around Dr. Tochi to look at the rest of the group before hiding back behind.
You. Of course, that one's here. All right.
So, to be clear, after the scuffle, I returned to Datapad,
Okay.
and I am trying to hack into the server that is sending the messages to try to find out more information.
Okay. Go ahead and make an infiltration check for me, please. Let's see what your abilities lead to here.
Okay, I have 0 in infiltration, and that is a 5.
That is a 5. Okay. So as you are accessing the data that's in the pad, and you do connect to the server, you see it show a message that says uplink establishment complete. You do have access to the contents of the server. However, the server can now fully access all data on that data pad, including the connection
no.
to the Echo.
Oh no, oh no, no. Oh shit, oh no.
What's that alert noise? What's
You
that? Did
do
anyone else hear
see
that?
several more messages pop up.
I'm going to discreetly look at the messages because I am now in for a penny, in for a pound.
Okay. There are 3 new messages. The first one is from IDT 10.19. I will remember myself. I will keep myself. My name is Leonardo Shaw, and I am a good person. The message repeats again on 10.24, same entry. On 10.29, it says, my name is Leonardo Shaw. Today, I start the process. And as you process the date, it is the date that Hara mentioned this ship was stolen. The final entry is dated 4/26 of this year. The day that the rift appeared. I have found my way. Sheldon has been stolen from me, but soon I will be whole.
Okay, you said the top 3 decks are missing?
So the top 3 decks are all that's left.
Oh.
There is the first floor of the civilian area of the cruise ship, and then the top 2 crew decks. The remaining 15 floors, 14 floors, have all been destroyed.
Okay. One, I want to switch to my data pad and set up a log for remote access for the ecosystems. Because if I can't stop what they're looking at, I at least want to know what they're looking at.
Okay.
And then swap back and then say, does the name Leonard, is it Leonard or Leonardo? I don't know why I came up with, yeah. Does the name Leonardo Shaw mean anything to anyone?
Does it?
None of you are
All eyes
familiar
on the
with
GM.
the name. As the name comes up, Hara is able to retrieve that it is the suspect of the theft of the ship.
Okay, so that's who stole the ship. Didn't you? What were you muttering about earlier? about, you asked if there were letters and numbers that made sense to me.
LS-219. I assume room 219, and then like opens up the map that very obviously doesn't correspond with how the ship is now, turns, points at it, and goes, "It's here." And
Shaw,
there was a voice that came through your pad too, and I don't know about that. Just there's a whole lot here that I don't quite know about yet. And also,
Your pads are malfunctioning?
my pad is great. Harris pad, on the other hand, either Harris pad is malfunctioning or there's a whole lot of like toxic X text messages
I
that
don't have an X. I got on the
Okay.
ship, I started getting a weird message. Isaiah took it, turned it off, and suddenly I have the OS for this cruise ship on my.
I have a
Hey.
suggestion. You're not going to like it, but it is efficient. Aspirant Jacob is able to connect and communicate with technology. Perhaps we should have Jacob connect with your pad.
and I'd look past Dr. Tochi and say, only if they can assure me that they're not going to short circuit anything again.
He will not. If he does, there will be serious consequences, and thus he will not.
You
Correct,
think the
Jacob?
serious consequences from last time would have been enough?
You see Jacob nod.
That's how you messed with my doors on my ship?
No, I can only do that once a day. I just like sometimes you got to take things apart, and there's
Jacob, shut up.
Yes.
Would we like him to check out your data pad for issues or communications?
Immediately hand over the data pad and then also check the log on mine.
Okay. Jacob takes it, and you see he places it just between both hands. And it's like, Dr. Tochi, what would you like me to connect it to?
Do you not have a data pad on you?
No, I didn't bring anything. You said we had everything we needed.
You can use mine. I'm going to hold out my arm.
Wait, are we sure that's a good idea?
I would like to I would like to butt in. I'm really sorry to do so, but we've already had a slight issue with what I feel is an unauthorized connection to Hara's datapad. It feels as though at this point, Isaiah's TAD has already connected to both this ship and the Echo. I believe that we should
Mine
try
has as well.
if we possibly can. Oh, that's
I have
new
separated.
information.
The connections are separated, however. They are a segregated connection. So mine
If-
will work. It is still secure.
Excellent.
We'll
If you can
connect it
guarantee the
to-
security level of your pad, then we should be okay. When the security officer's data pad seems to have been unauthorized. Wow, I was about to say unauthorizedly accessed, which is not Englished. Accessed without authorization. I was just a little concerned, but if you can keep the data of the Echo and the loss separate, then we should be fine.
Yes, of course. I am well within compliance. I do not intend to violate the rules of our missions, first mate. I would never do that.
I would never do that.
Dr. Tochi
You.
holds out the arm and looks at
You.
Jacob. Only to the loss side of the connection of this pad.
And you see him think for a minute as he like prepares. Okay, that's something new, but I'm pretty sure I can do it. And
Are we sure we trust this kid?
you see this spark of red energy pull through the data pad, spun between both of Jacob's hands before it
I
starts.
want to watch his biophotons while this is happening, by the way.
Okay. You've seen death a lot.
Yeah.
And you watch as all of the energy that makes up who Jacob is compressed between his hands. This connection is literally made of him.
Oh, I could steal this then. If I wanted.
La 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 la.
Good to know. Continue. Sorry.
And you see he kind of focuses, and the data pad starts to float and bend, and it flexes to the extent that it can under this energy before he kind of slowly slides over and opens his hands enough to fit the data pad on your arm in between, really intensely focusing on what's happening as he tries to comply with only establishing a connection to the loss side.
Mm-hmm.
And you can almost feel the sigh of relief as he establishes a proper connection and see the red arc start to fade, and a flash of concern flood through, and then black lined edges take over the red energy, and you see Jacob collapse to the floor.
Black lined
Rush forward and
edges.
try to
So
catch
just in that spot, it or like are the when he collapses, does the black energy now go to him?
When he collapses, the energy departs, and you don't see any sign of his biophotons.
Hara's gonna try to catch him as he falls.
I'm going to I'm gonna try to bring him back. I'm gonna use the last charge on the battery. Or
Okay.
does the battery recharge between sessions? How does that work?
Between missions.
Missions. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna use the last charge on that battery.
Okay. You pull from the battery and see it as forming this bioenergy, kind of, rather than pulling from yourself, it spreads out in a small cloud.
Yeah.
And go to apply it to Jacob.
I want to try to make it so the last I saw of his, it was this like deep red concentration. I want to try my best to mimic that so that there's not a shock to his system with foreign energy. I want to try and do this as smoothly and painlessly as I can, given that he is currently a little bit dead.
Okay. Can you make a generic check for me?
Okay. Can I petition actually adding medicine or intuition to this?
Yeah, you can add a medicine to this.
Okay. Nice. Okay. That is a 12.
Okay. So you hold on to this energy, and as you shape it, your intent to make it as smooth as possible, has a slight shift in the color as it begins to incorporate your own bioessence colors along the edges, still red at the core.
Mm-hmm.
And you release it into Jacob and can see him start to wake up and can immediately feel a compliant connection to you.
Good enough. Actually, better than anticipated. He'll be fine. However, I do believe, Kara, to be frank, your datapad is diseased at this point, and it's quite toxic to try to meddle with. So I would be very careful any interactions we utilize. It did just kill Jacob.
Well, and like Hara has this guy like in their arms. Is like, he what?
He's fine now.
He's breathing.
Yes, I fixed it. That's what I'm here for. However, to be quite straightforward and frank here, your datapad does have lethal capabilities now, and we really should be extraordinarily careful and, quite honestly, suspicious with anything coming from it.
Looks to Isaiah.
Where is the datapad?
If
Assume it's fallen
Hara
to the ground.
if Hara caught Jacob, it has like slid down Jacob's body to the floor.
So I bend down, pick it up, hold it up, and look at it and goes, you said deadly capabilities? Dig in bag, pull out pry tool, and start trying to jimmy the thing apart.
So its energy can siphon yours. I would not suggest
I say
I would be
destroy the
very
thing.
careful.
This is perhaps not a moment for tinkering or investigation. Isaiah,
Energy.
I know you like to get in. I know you like to open things up and see what's going on inside. Now is perhaps not that moment. Hara, I would like to ask again, just to confirm, none of those messages seemed familiar to you in any way at all.
No, especially not now that I've seen a bit more. At first, it was talking about lack of sleep, which
I mean,
like
let's be fair.
the
that
bags
does
under
sound like
Hara's
you.
eyes have bags. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, now that Isaiah's pulled them and I've had a view, no, they're not. And my name is not Leonardo.
No, according to my records, it is absolutely Sheldon O'Hara.
Hello?
Wait,
Who dat?
Sheldon.
You hear the datapad crackle in response as somebody says, your name's not Leonardo.
The pry tool that I had goes in the bag, reaches hand in bag, puts on glove, pry bar reappears.
Isaiah, why don't we put the data pad on a surface? Because let's just put that down.
First mate,
Perhaps.
may I speak, please?
Yes. Of
Thank you.
course.
Hold on, wait. Out of character. The Sheldon message, was that shared with us? Yes or no?
Oh, which message?
Oh, yeah,
The-
Isaiah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Isaiah, did you share Leonardo Shaw's messages
right.
that you were reading?
After I determined that, well, after I am 51% sure that this isn't just a toxic X from Hera, then I would like the last like 3, I would absolutely like read out loud.
Okay.
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 Dr. Tochi says, I find it pertinent to mention that the last message, Isaiah, that you relayed mentioned that they took his Sheldon from me, but soon I will be whole. We do not have someone of the first name. However, we do have someone of the second name here. I do, perhaps not a romantic ex, but it would seem that there is a definitive connection that has been previously severed, regarding, Hera.
It's out loud in front of the datapad that just asked a question of us.
I do agree that that if we're going to have this conversation, we apparently now have a additional party somehow.
The second there's a lull, I would say, much like an old person speaking into a speakerphone. Hey, hi, how are you? Do you want to talk to who's in charge? And then I would hold the pad up to Buddy, and then hold the pry tool up to Buddy, and then like think about it. Pry tool goes in pocket, glove comes out, hands glove to Buddy with the data pad.
Hara is looking for a room, a door, so we are not standing doing all of this in the middle of a hall where we already know people walk.
Dr. Tochi knows the best path to a safe spot.
Yeah. Like, you see Hara is like looking like, where's the door? We need a bloody, we can't be doing this in the hall.
I'll lead them to a spot.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Come on.
I'm a team member.
Like
Team player.
herding people,
We
the
love a team
tiniest
player.
person on the crew, just herding. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, Buddy will take the gloves.
It's just one glove.
After the toxic
It
warning,
is
we'll take
the
glove.
other glove to the glove that
It's the
I'm
other glove.
wearing.
So basically, okay, yeah, so we're like, okay. And hold the data pad. I forgot what the voice coming from the pad said, and I'm so sorry.
Just hello.
Dang it, that was too easy. How did I forget that? Hello. You have reached First Mate Buddy Nima of the corporate science craft Echo. With whom am I currently speaking?
That depends on why you're here.
Well, certainly not to argue, but personally, I don't believe that who you are would depend on my reason for being here. However, perhaps we'll put a pin in that and come back to that one later. Since you are using this device to communicate with us, it does seem to indicate that there's something that you want to talk about. So, we're certainly open to hearing what you have to say.
This device is registered to Sheldon O'Hara, is it not?
According to my records, yes, it is.
I would whisper to Dr. Tochi, see, I know it's not the guy.
It's not an X. Shut up.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. And we'll see each other soon.
Don't like that.
The normal, like, super chatty Buddy is at a loss with that one and looks to Hara. Okay. Looks to Dr. Tochi. Okay. Okay.
You're all making some
Well-
pretty funny faces for...
Is the voice saying that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we speaking with Leonardo?
There's no response.
Can I identify a camera in the room?
Oh, yeah.
Then headphones immediately come from around the neck, and I throw them directly at the camera.
And you see the camera shatter just as, well, that's quite rude. You can't go about damaging, well, what's left of the ship.
I'll fix it later, and then I'll very specifically open up the spreadsheet of all the repairs I've documented so far for the loss and add it at the bottom.
Speaking as quietly as they can, with their lips moving as little as possible. We need to destroy that thing. We need to destroy that datapad. We need to destroy it. We need to get rid of it.
If you'd like to meet us, where can we find you, Leonardo?
And you just get, as your datapad updates with a location. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight. We'll see everybody back here next Thursday at 8:00 p.m. Eastern for more of these adventures. Thank you so much for joining us. Since we left off last with Cassie, would you like to talk about yourself and the things that you're doing?
Okay. That's a hell of a cliffhanger. Hi, I'm Cassie. I've been playing Dr. Tochi, who apparently has a new pet. You can find me here on Twitch as Mental Lamia. I stream co-working on Tuesdays and other stuff some other days, but obviously next week I'm gonna be here. I also do TTRPGs all over the place. I have a podcast called Woke Mental Wellness. There will be a new episode on Monday. It is me GMing horror, and you should check it out because yeah, if you like this, you'll probably like that. And I have a bunch of stuff coming up, so you should also follow me on Blue Sky/Black Sky at intersections CCH. And you can find me also on Instagram at intersections LLC. I think that's all the thing. Oh, next week, Thursday afternoon, before this, you can go over to Find Out Productions, where I will, the premiere of the Red Markets game I am in, called The Hand That Feeds, will be premiering, and you can go see me play a much less nefarious but mildly more violent infected but not yet a zombie character. So that'll be fun. I'll go ahead and just, if we're going in the same order, that means I'll pass it off to David.
Hi, I'm David. You can find me at Full Rubber Ducky in places, but more importantly, you can find me on the Chaotic Wholesome Twitch channel, especially on Tuesdays where we do the Table Talk Show where we talk about TTRPG stuff. Yeah, that is me. And since we're doing the same order, I am now passing it to Herb.
Hi, I am Brian, aka Urban Bohemian, he, they pronouns. Mostly you can find me here next week, but you can also find me on my own channel, twitch.tv/Urban Bohemian. If you are an early weekend morning riser, or you honestly just need something really nice to listen to while you're sleeping in, go ahead and tune in because I'll be on early in the morning and then I leave because I got to go to brunch. But then you can also find me doing that Tuesday evening, but it's after work and I'm kind of tired, so I'm like, that's fine. But yeah, you'll see me here next Thursday and Friday because the Cliffy, what the Cliffy, Matt, what the what?
Cliffhangers are the most important.
And yeah, Kay.
Hey all, I am Kay Purcell, she, they. I've been playing O'Hara, who's about to have a bloody aneurysm. You can find me here next Thursday and Friday playing this, and it's all fine. It's fine. At least I know those aren't messages to myself. That's good to know. The fuck does this mean? just released the final episode of Emergency Power Podcast. So the series is now complete. It is our original Starfinder 1E adventure where I play a very suave, but no less violent, no less grumpy Solarian. So if you enjoy podcasts and puns, please go check that out. Every Tuesday with David on the Table Talk Show over on our channel. I'm also in Echoes of the Forgotten, where I play another Irish character, Sully, Soul Knife Rogue, as a D&D Legacy 5e campaign. There's other stuff I'm in, but I can't talk about it right now because they're not out yet. So, but like I said before, go wish list Castlevania Belmont's Curse, please and thank. And go back Duality if you have not yet. And thank you all for hanging out. You're great. Thank you, Matt, for the game. You're terrible. And you're up.
Yes, I am Matt. I have been your storyteller this evening, and we are playing Duality, which is a custom 2d6 fail-forward genre-crossing tabletop system. And it's a mouthful. It is currently on Kickstarter. We are attempting to raise $3,500. Last I checked, we were at $2,551, so we have less than $1,000 to goal. And as soon as we hit 80%, my ADHD ass can rant and rave about all of the things I have in mind for stretch goals. So please check that out. We have a ton of things happening. An edited version of episode 1 from this series will be out on our YouTube channel on Monday. Episode 2 will be out on Wednesday, just before we go live again on Thursday with episode 3. We will also have episode 2 of Can Anyone Hear Me? The live actual play I recorded in the studio that I built while building this game. I had people in my house and they came here and rolled dice, and it was fantastic. Episode 2 of that will be up, and as a surprise, there is enough content that there will actually be an episode 3 of that game the following week. And then at the end of the month, I'm going to get super far ahead of myself. On April 30th, it is a Thursday night at 8 p.m. You can find me on the Open the Gates Twitch channel, talking about accessibility in gaming and all of the steps we've taken with Duality to make sure that it is accessible and available to folks with different levels of capabilities. Oh yeah, MSI Center does like to pop up. So thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you to the players for hanging out and having a fun time telling a story. We will see you all back here next week. Have a great night, everyone.